something, because he said to Donovan, you just wait, I'll settle it.
Well, he can't very well settle this while he's out of the house. That's all we want settled. What's going on down there?
All right. Now, where's Teddy?
Mortimer, where have you been?
I've been over to Dr. Gilchrist. I've got his signature on Teddy's commitment papers.
Mortimer, what is the matter with you?
I mean, you're not getting papers signed at a time like this.
Do you know what Jonathan's doing?
He's putting Mr. Hoskins and Mr. Spinello in together.
Oh, he is he? Well, lad, is Teddy in his room?
Well, Teddy won't be any help.
When he signs these commitment papers, I can tackle Jonathan.
What have they got to do with it?
You have to go and tell Jonathan about those 12 graves. If I can make Teddy responsible for those, I can protect you, don't you see?
No, I don't see. And we pay taxes to have the police protect us.
Back down in a minute.
Well, come, Martha, we're going to the police.
All right, the police? You can't go to the police.
Why can't we?
Because if you tell the police about Mr. Spinozzo, they find Mr. Hoskins too. And that might make them curious. And then they might find out about your other 12 children.
Well, Mortimer, we know the police better than you do. I think if we asked them not to pry into our private affairs, they wouldn't.
Well, gentlemen, they'll have to report to headquarters.
Oh, I don't think they'd bother. They have to make out a very long report, and if there's one thing a policeman needs to do, it's to write.
Depend on that, and it might leak out. You can't expect a judge and jury to understand.
Oh, Judge Coleman.
We know him very well.
He always comes to church to pray just before election.
And he's coming here to tea someday. He's promised.
Oh, Abby, we really must speak to him about that again. His wife died a few years ago, and it's left him very lonely.
Yes. Well, Martha, let's go.
Oh, no! You can't do this. I won't let you. You can't leave this house, and you can't have Judge Coleman at tea.
Well, Jonathan, if you're not going to do something about Jonathan and Mr. Spinoza, we are.
I am going to do something. We may have to call the police later, but if we do, I want to be ready.
You've got to get Jonathan out of this house.
And Mr. Spinoza, too.
Don't let me do this my own way. I've got to see Teddy.
If they're not out of this house by morning, Mortimer, we're going to call the police.
They'll be out right upon us now. Now go to bed, will you? For God's sake, get out of those clothes. Look like Judith Anderson.
Well, that's a relief, isn't it, Abby?
Yes. If he's finally going to do something about Jonathan, well, he's just going to allow a lot of unnecessary trouble. You better tell him. Jonathan! You might as well stop doing what you're doing.
It's all done. Did I hear Mortimer?
Yes. And he's going to have you out of his house by morning. He's promised.
Oh, are we? In that case, you and Aunt Martha can go to bed and have a pleasant night's sleep.
Yes, come, Abby.
Good night, Aunties.
Not good night, Jonathan. Goodbye. You're all going to be out of this house by morning. Mortimer's promised.
And he has a way of doing it, too.
Then Mortimer is back?
Yes, he's up here talking to Teddy.
Goodbye, Jonathan.
Goodbye, Jonathan.
Perhaps you'd better say goodbye to Mortimer.
Oh, you'll see Mortimer.
Yes, I'll see Mortimer.
That's all. She was like a lake. Nobody ever know her down there. That had been good already. 40 hours we didn't sleep. Come on, Johnny, you go up now, yeah?
You're forgetting, Doctor.
But,
My brother Mortimer.
Johnny, tonight, you do that tomorrow or the next day.
No, tonight. Now.
Johnny, please. I'm tired, and tomorrow I've got to operate.
Yes, you're operating tomorrow, Doctor. But tonight, we take care of Mortimer.
Johnny, not tonight. You go to bed, eh?
Doctor, look at me. You can see it's going to be done, can't you?
I can see. I know that face.
It's a little too late for us to dissolve our partnership.
Okay, you do it. But the quick twist. I get money.
No, Doctor. I think this calls for something special. I think perhaps the Melbourne method.
Johnny, no, not that. 2 hours, and when it's all over, what? The fellow in London is just as dead as the fellow in Melbourne.
We had to work too fast in London. There was no aesthetic satisfaction in it. But Melbourne, there was something to remember.
Remember? I wish I didn't. No, Johnny, not Melbourne, not me.
Yes, Doctor. Where are the instruments?
I won't do it, Johnny. I won't do it.
Give your instruments.
No, Johnny.
Where are they? Oh, yes, you hid them in the cellar. Where?
I won't tell you.
I'll find them, Doctor.
Don't do that, Mr. President.
I cannot sign any proclamation without consulting my cabinet.
This must be a secret.
Secret proclamation? How unusual.
Japan must know until it's signed.
Japan, those yellow devils! I'll sign it right away. You have my word on it. I can let the cabinet know later.
Yes, let's go inside.
No. You wait here. A secret proclamation has to be signed in secret.
But at once, Mr. President.
Yes. I'll have to put on my signing clothes.
You go now, eh? No, Doctor, I'm waiting for something important. Please, you go now. Dr. Einstein, I have nothing against you personally. You seem to be a very nice one. So take my advice and get out of this house and get just as far away as possible.
Trouble, yeah. You get out.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm warning you. Get away quick.
Things are going to start popping around here any minute.
Listen, Johnny is in a bad mood. When he gets like this, he's a madman. Things happen. Terrible things.
Donovan doesn't worry me now.
Oh, Himmel, don't those plays you see teach you anything?
About what?
Well, at least people in plays act like they got sense. That's more than you do.
You think so, do you? You think people in plays act intelligently? I wish you had to sit through some of the ones I had to sit through. Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. In this play, there's a man. He's supposed to be bright. He knows he's in a house with murderers. He does know he's in danger. He's even been told to get out of the house. But does he go? No. He stays there. Now I ask you, Doctor, is that what an intelligent person would do? You're asking me. He didn't even have sense enough to be frightened, to be on guard. For instance, the murderer invites him to sit down.
You mean, won't you sit down?
Believe it or not, that was in there too.
What did he do?
He sat down. Now, mind you, this fellow's supposed to be bright. There he sits, just waiting to be trussed up. And what do you think they use to tie him? But the curtain cord.
Well, good idea. Very convenient.
A little too convenient. When our playwrights would start using some imagination. A curtain cord and
See him together?
see him. He sat there with his back to him. That's the kind of stuff we have to suffer through night after night. And they say the critics are killing the theater. It's the playwrights who are killing the theater. Well, there he sits. A big dope. This fellow was supposed to be bright. Just sitting waiting to be trussed up and gagged.
You're right about that fella. He wasn't very bright.
Yes, Mortimer. That's true. And now, Mortimer, if you don't mind, we'll finish the story. Mortimer, I've been away for 20 years. But never once in all that time, my dear brother, were you out of my mind. In Melbourne one night, I dreamed of you. When I landed in San Francisco, I felt a strange satisfaction. Once more, I was in the same country with you. Now, Doctor, we go to work.
Johnny, for me.
Wait. Doctor, this must really be an artistic achievement. After all, we're performing for a very distinguished critic.
Johnny.
Doctor!
All right, let's get it over.
All ready for you, Doctor.
I got to have a drink. I can't do this without a drink.
Pull yourself yourselves together, Doctor.
I got to have a drink. And we came in here this afternoon. Never find her. Where did she put that? Ah, here it is. That's all there is. I should have. We both need a drink.
One moment, Doctor, please. Where are your manners? Yes, Mortimer. I realize now it was you who brought me back to Brooklyn. Doctor, to my dear dead brother.
Ah, God.
Damn that idiot. He goes next. That's all. He goes next.
No, Johnny, not Teddy. That's where I stop. Not Teddy.
We get to Teddy later.
You don't get to him at all.
And we've got to work fast.
Ah, quickly, yeah?
Yes, Doctor, the quick way.
Hey, the colonel's got to quit blowing that horn.
It's all right, officer. We're taking the bugle away from him.
There's going to be hell to pay in the morning. We promised the neighbors he wouldn't do that anymore.
It won't happen again, officer. Good night.
Better talk to him myself. Where are the lights? Hey, you stood me up. I waited an hour at Kelly's for you. What happened to him?
He was explaining what happened in the play he saw. That's what happened in the play.
Oh, gee, did they have that in the play you saw? Well, they practically stole that from the second act of my play. You see, in the second act of my play, just before... You're right, I better begin at the beginning. It opens in my mother's dressing room where I was born. Only I ain't born yet. Right? No. You got to hear the plot. So there she is, making up, when all of a sudden, in through the door comes a man with a black mustache. He turns to my mother and says, Miss Latour, will you marry me? He doesn't know she's pregnant.